What's good with y'all boys, man? It's your boy Steph, man, back with another video here on the channel, man. Today I'm gonna give y'all my honest opinions on the Battlefield 6 beta. I feel like I put a good amount of time in. I don't want to say I played over the weekend because I caught a little cold and I was out of action like fucking Saturday and Sunday, man. So I really didn't play much over the weekend, but those first 2 days on Thursday and Friday during the early access period, man, I played a lot, man, and I feel like I got a lot to say about it, man. I ain't gonna read y'all no patch notes or none of that shit, man. So I'm gonna just give y'all straight up how the game felt to play. I'm liking a lot of it, but it's a lot of stuff that needs a lot of tuning before launch. I don't even want to say a lot of stuff. Probably like some of the settings. I feel like they can cut back on some like the way the settings are, but you know, we'll get into that. I don't even want to ramble off into that, man. If you new to the channel, man, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn the bell notifications on, man, so you don't miss another upload from your boy, man. But let's go ahead and jump into what I liked about the game. So first off, the gunplay. Honestly, that's the main reason I feel like I've been enjoying it so much. It's giving me like a OG Call of Duty feel, and I don't even know how to explain it, but this Battlefield game compared to other Battlefield games, I wasn't able to like run and gun as much as I do in this game. I don't know if it's the sprint to fire, you know, I don't know what they did with the settings there or what, none of that type of shit, but I feel like I'm able to rush around a little more on here and like really get up in people's face, because I've always been like a rush heavy type of player, and that's pretty much why I played like a lot of Call of Duty over Battlefield, because Call of Duty was smaller scale, and Battlefield, you know, before they started introducing these smaller scale game modes, it was just like conquest, and you had to deal with like big ass maps and vehicles and shit like that. So I wasn't able to like get up in people's face and hit flank routes and all that type of shit, man. So I think that's playing a huge part in why I fuck with this game so much. The gunplay, that shit feel amazing. Like sometimes the TTK is a little inconsistent, and I feel like that's based on range or where you hitting them at on a body. But sometimes the TTK feel a little inconsistent. I feel like I'm emptying a clip just to get one kill, but I feel like they gonna end up working on that somewhere down the line. I know I'm the first person to complain about shit like that, but yeah, man, it's super satisfying to get kills, and then that pop when you land your shots, like, I don't know, it's like that headshot. I don't know, it's just super satisfying, man. It's like, it worked together, bro. It meshes so well, bro. Like going on kill streaks in this game is so satisfying, man. So the sound design definitely a plus as well. You just feel immersed when you play this game. When you locked in, headset on, you got that bitch cranked up, you just feel it. You feel like you in the war, nigga. Like, or niggas next door fighting. That's what it feel like. And they definitely did a good job. The graphics, for it to be a beta, they went crazy with the graphics. It's pretty to look at. That one map in particular, the snow map with the mountains and shit. Oh my goodness, that map is fucking gorgeous. The graphics, it's just crazy, man. I don't know, I'm kind of fanboyed out on this game a little bit, even though I done played COD all these years, man. But it's crazy, man. So the maps, I can't tell you if the maps are ass because they good for me. I can't tell you one map is worse than the other because I didn't have any complaints about any of these maps, surprisingly. None of these maps really have a 3-lane design like Call of Duty does. But Battlefield is meant to be played differently than Call of Duty, so I wouldn't expect them to introduce like 3-lane maps. I can't tell you much about like the bigger scale version of these maps as well, because I played mostly King of the Hill and Domination. I played a couple games on Breakthrough, but I can tell y'all that one map with the mountains, the snowy shit on Breakthrough, that map is fire. Like the whole like large portion of the map is fire. But yeah, man, I feel like maps can make or break a game, and I feel like none of these maps are like really ass. I really can't tell because I didn't play Battlefield like heavy. Like I've dabbled into Battlefield games over the years, but I can't tell you like what's peak map versus what's an ass map. Now with Call of Duty, I could tell you the raids, the fucking nuke towns, the firing ranges, the shit like that, the goated maps. I can tell you what the good maps are because I played that game 10 years plus. I can tell you what the ass maps are. But with Battlefield, I can't really tell you like what's ass versus what's good because I don't know what's supposed to be ass. I don't know what ass looks like when it comes to Battlefield. I just know I was enjoying myself. Niggas kept running out. Niggas kept getting chopped down. They ain't learned their lesson, man. It is what it is, man. But like I say, I can only speak on the smaller versions because I didn't play much of the big version of the map. I played that one game on Breakthrough, and that shit was fire, nigga. And I don't even know. I think we was on the attacking side. So I think in Breakthrough, I think it's one team, and they try to keep you off the objective. And then you have another team, the other team trying to capture the objective. But you lose allies. The more you get killed, you start losing soldiers unless you cap a point and you get more. And you got to try to push through all the way to the other end of the map, which is a great concept, by the way. I feel like Call of Duty need to adapt something like that. They had kind of had it like with the war mode when they was doing the war mode. But I don't know. They never brought that shit back. But yeah, it just felt balanced. Like some of the spawns are wacky with a King of the Hill, but the flow was nice. I didn't feel like I was trapped in my spawn. I didn't feel like the other team had a chokehold on the map. I feel like it had the verticality that it needed. I feel like a lot of people wasn't like camping on like a lot of rooftops. You do got like some sections where it's like 2 floors or whatever, but I feel like that's as much as the verticality need to go. I don't like I don't know. I'm not a fan of those big ass maps where it's motherfuckers on the roof and it's 10 stories. You 10 stories down, they looking down 10 stories with a sniper. I don't really like that type of play style. So I was glad to see that they got shit like this. I mean, it might be a little different with the bigger version of the map, but I can only speak on these because I didn't, like I said, I played one game on Breakthrough. I didn't play much Conquest because I'm really not a Conquest player. But yeah, man, as far as like the smaller scale versions of the map, fire, bro. Like I was fucking with it. And you wasn't getting shot from 30 different angles. Shit was fire. I spoke on the TTK inconsistencies, but I really want to like dive into more. I feel like they need to work on that for sure. Sometimes it feel like it's perfect. You let off shots, you feel like you killed them with the amount of bullets you should have in certain situations. And then sometimes it drops off. And it's like, man, it's like you dump half of a clip into somebody and then you get killed, and then it's like you flustered. You like, what just happened? You know, how did he kill me? Had me looking at the kill feed, like, what is this nigga using? Like, how the fuck did you just kill me that fast? You know, so I'm looking at shit like that as far as the TTK go. But I feel like that's based on like range and shit like that, and I feel like they still looking into shit like that, man. So I don't know if it's a netcode issue, if it's hit registration, or if it's just tuning. You know, I feel like they'll go ahead and eventually look into it though. But it was definitely noticeable. Sometimes I melt some people instantly too, like not even getting headshots. And I don't know if that's just good shot placement or, you know, it could just be just issues with the netcode and shit like that. The point system that they have for the weapons, that shit was fire. And I feel like Call of Duty should adapt that back. They was doing the little pick 10 shit for a little minute, but they got a little crazy and they just started doing like the gunfighter, or you can have X amount of attachments, and then if you use the gunfighter, you can have more attachments. And I feel like they just need to go back to the pick 10, and it'll just add another layer to when people make classes. So now it's like, instead of going in and being like, oh, I can use this and this and this, with Battlefield, they have this point system where each attachment is worth X amount of points, and you get 100 points, I think. And you have to choose wisely on what you want to use, because each attachment has a different point value. So if you're using something with 50, you gotta realize you put 50 points to a fucking red dot site. So now you gotta strategically pick what other attachments you want to put on the gun, but you only got 50 points to use. And I really like that system. I feel like Call of Duty need to adapt that back. I don't think they gonna increase that. I think 100 is fine. They'll probably look at some point values in the future, but the point system definitely, man, it's definitely a heavy team based game. It's not about just getting kills. You got to know how to be supportive to your team. You got to know how to learn how to play all these different specialists. I didn't play much with the sniper, but I was enjoying the assault and the support class a lot. I was getting crazy with the LMG and the ARs for sure. I wish I could have played a little more with the subs, but the sub that we did get is that motherfucker was nasty when I used it for one game. That shit nasty, but I was having a lot of those TTK inconsistencies that I spoke about, man. So you know it's crazy, but I don't know. It's kind of weird too. I feel like spotting isn't as easy as it was in like the other Battlefield games. I feel like you can't really spot people unless you're like actually like aimed in and looking at them. And it, I don't know if that's tied into like the classes or what, but yeah, man, that's just something I noticed, man. But yeah, for a beta build, man, this game, like I say, this shit look amazing. It sound amazing. The gunplay is amazing. The flow on these smaller maps is fire. Battlefield did they big one with this shit, man. And I feel like if they keep it up and then they improve on what they did, they fuck around take Call of Duty over this year, man. Like a lot of people already fell out with Call of Duty. I personally fell out because of the skill-based matchmaking. It's just too much of a fucking headache to try to get content on that game. And I'm not about to exploit the system just to get content. And, you know, I don't want to be just another YouTuber exploiting the system and getting the same type of videos. Like if you watch one like pub stomper or fucking Warzone player, they all like upload the same type of shit because they all using the same methods to get these gameplays. So if you watch, you seen one, you seen the other, and that's not to knock nobody. You got to do what you got to do for your channel. And yeah, man. But I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here, man. I'm looking forward to that Battlefield 6, man. Let me know y'all thoughts down below in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn the bell notification on, man.